Today's project is one of replacing an outdoor spigot, faucet, or replacing the sillcock. I don't know which term is best to use, but this is the one that I bought and I'm going to put in. Funny story, I don't know if this happens to you, but I bought this a while back and was planning to do this project. I was getting ready to do it yesterday and couldn't find this. Couldn't find it. Gave up, actually. And then I found it later. Today I'm going to work on it. So this is a frost-proof version. And I don't think the old one in there is frost-proof, but we'll see once we take it out. Should be pretty easy because this is PEX. I also have a shut-off valve right here on this line so that it won't need anything else. So I can shut it off pretty easily. So that's also been handy because it's been leaking. So that has made this project get a bit on the back burner. So we're going to install on the outside. So I haven't decided yet how I will secure it. So it has places for screws to hold it in. I have a brick house. It's old. I don't know what the hole looks like out there yet. This is going to be a big upgrade. Big upgrade. Here's a look then at where the pipe runs out of the house. I have it connected to PEX here. So the simplest thing for me was going to be to cut the PEX just outside of the old galvanized pipe. And I had shut off the water for this section and then drained it. It wasn't a lot of water here, so not a big deal. And then I did remove the PEX fitting. There was an adapter fitting for the galvanized piping that was there. So because I'm going to pull it out of the wall, I don't want anything interfering here with it being able to come out clearly. So I think I had attached that one about 13 years ago when we first moved into this house. I'm not absolutely sure though. It's been a piece by piece plumbing rebuild. So as you can see here, it's pretty tight in the wall, and then outside the spigot is still dripping a bit, so a little bit of water still in there. So getting it loose out here was a little bit tougher than I thought. It's going to spin, but it's not going to move very much. And so there are a lot of different things I could have grabbed it with. I ended up using some vice grips here just to get a good handle on it and pull it out and then get it out of the way so I could proceed. So as you know, no project ever goes exactly as you plan for it to. And with this one, the main thing was the diameter of the new pipe. And it just wasn't going to work. And part of it was because of this little edge on it that's basically made for a wrench to hold on to it. And that part wouldn't fit through the hole. So that's where I had to do a bit of work and chipping at the brick and even enlarging the hole on the inside with a hole saw through the wood. And so I eventually got it through, and it was really a tight fit. It really fit securely in there, and it still needed some adhesive. I put some caulk adhesive in there, hopefully that will keep it. And even as I have had it installed for a couple of days now, it's not moving. Where potential screws would have gone to hold the bracket for the faucet in was right on the edge of the brick, and I don't want to work on that. That's going to be a big problem. So if this doesn't work, I will come back and try to fix it. But I think for now, the adhesive is going to do, and I'm really happy with it. So that it did end up taking me, it took me several trips in and out of the house to work on both sides of the hole and to come at it from the inside and then the outside. I used a little bit of every tool that I could think of, but the main thing was this brick chisel that I had, and it worked pretty well. It just was too big really for the job. But other than that, just chipping away at some little piece of brick in the hole and getting the hole enlarged enough for this to fit in it, that was the main tricky part of this project. One thing I seriously underestimated was how thick the wall is. I really thought that this would come in here. What I did here was I just cut this one off. I'm going to put a connector in here for these. I've connected the other end over here on the back of the sillcock. The one I bought was a PEX ready. Now that we're in here, I'm kind of wishing I'd bought the shark bite push to connect, but nonetheless. So there's where we're connecting. Then I'm going to put the sealant caulk in there and make sure that we are insulated. And then the second connection will be right here. Then we have the valve right there. The second most challenging part of this project was connecting the crimp ring for the PEX. Again, I don't know what the options would have been that would be better, except for having bought maybe a fitting, like a shark bite push to connect, that would have made this easier, because this was not easy. All right, I gotta take a kid to the orthodontist. We'll be back. All right, I'm back from the orthodontist, took one kid. So now there's gonna be a GoFundMe in the description of the, just kidding. Will that get me in YouTube jail? Hope not. All right, so it definitely would have been better to have done this before. So I could have easily inserted that, but given the difficulties I had, I didn't want to take it back out. And so this was trouble. So it would have been easier, of course, with a powered version of the PEX tool, but I don't have one of those. Don't know that I need one for these occasional jobs, but this was a tight space. Even with these little handled ones, it was tough. So I only had 2 other PEX connections then to make, and they were easy because they were out in the open. So I do like this little PEX tool by iCrimp. It does a good job with the pinch connections and making this work. So I've been doing PEX ever since I moved into this old house, and it has made life much easier. And I have rarely had any problems with any of it. So I am a big proponent of the SharkBite push-to-connect fittings, and of course they cost more, so usually I will use the more mechanical do-it-yourself version, but if just to save money. So where they fit and where they work, that's been my preferred way. And I do have a bigger, older PEX tool, but this is the new one that I've been using for recent projects when it works. So as you know, every project has a few unforeseen things. With this one, it was the dimension of the hole, the diameter, and the fact that the rod wouldn't go through there easily. So that was really a lot of extra work that I did not anticipate. So other than that, everything pretty much went according to plan. So what I would do differently, I would buy one that had a better connection or that was longer. So I don't remember the price differences for a really long one. I was very surprised at how long the one was that I pulled out. So I do hope this one is, I think it will last. So of course it's a frost-proof one, but because of the fact it didn't stick out of the hole very far, I couldn't really tell if it was getting a correct angle. So it should be going up from the spigot to where it connects. And so I couldn't really tell, but on the outside, you see, it's pretty much even with the wall. So that should mean it has the right angle coming in to do the frost-proof function, which is that the water drains out of the spigot before it finishes. So that is what keeps it from freezing, and so hopefully it will. So I did not think that I could put screws in the brick where it was located. I didn't feel comfortable drilling in there or trying to do that, so I did just use a sealant for that. And so I did come back and put over top some of this duct seal, which is kind of like clay, moldable clay that I've been using on my outdoor things. I just like the way it functions better than like a can of spray foam sealant, which just looks messy once it's dry. So you can shape this a little bit more, and you can peel it off pretty easily. It never actually hardens. So that was that project. It was more difficult than I expected. It only took a couple hours if you don't include my trip away and some other things I had to do just to keep the household running in the middle. So thanks for watching.